probably one of the, if not the, most popular wrestling game series, at least in the US and UK Isles, is the Smackdown games, or Smackdown vs. Raw, or WWE, whatever you want to call it. The series has been going on since 2000, and over the years the games have drastically changed. The first installment, simply called WWF Smackdown, was released in March 2000. Can't exactly remember what date, but somewhere late March, exclusively for the PlayStation 1. And it was developed by Ukes and published by THQ. So anyway, let's get into this review. So when you start up the game you get this custom-made intro. The intro looks really cool and seems like an actual opening for Smackdown, which is great. The menu for this game looks really cool. You know, it's not so bland and dull or anything. It's something different than the usual scroll-down menu. You know, this style kind of reminds me of the old PlayStation 1 demo discs, the ones with the side-scrolling menus that were absolutely awesome. It also has pretty cool music in the background. There is good music throughout the entire game, in fact. Going into exhibition, you can see already there are lots of different match types. We'll get to them later. As this game was released in 2000, the roster ranges from late 1999 to early 2000. So back in the Attitude Era. There are 33 male superstars, 3 divas and 1 manager, that being Paul Bearer. So in total there are 37 playable characters, which is quite a bit, good for that time at least. You can also edit the match rules for the match also. But wait, what's this? KO and give up together? You can select interference, match length, all that stuff. Also the arena can be selected. There's only 3 arena types, that being Smackdown, Raw is War, and a pay-per-view arena. However, you can select different mat types. You can have a plain mat, Smackdown, Raw is War, Heat, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, etc. One thing about this game is that it has very unique entrances, unlike any other wrestling game. The entrances are the superstar walking in midair in front of their Titantron. This type of entrance looks really cool, and they're short, which is also good for me. I'm not really a long entrance person, so there'll be no long tedious Undertaker entrances, thankfully. There are also some tag team entrances, like the New Age Outlaws, Edge and Christian, etc. Now for the gameplay. The gameplay for this game feels fast. It is quite arcade-like. Fast gameplay like this is my preferred speed of gameplay. It's fun to play these types of games instead of this. Yeah. That type of gameplay sucks. Let's mention the controls. The controls are very easy to figure out and is something you can easily just pick up and play, unlike games before this like WWF Attitude, WWF Warzone, that WCW game that must not be mentioned. They all have complicated controls that take practice to do well. This game is nothing like that, which is a plus. Collision detection in this game is alright. There are times where it can be bad, but usually it's alright. This game also includes taunts. Press R2 or R2 on a directional button and your character will do an animation. This helps build up your momentum meter. While this does leave you vulnerable, you can move and cancel it. This feature can be a lifesaver sometimes. And hold on, I just said taunts can build up your momentum meter. And I haven't mentioned what that is yet. So basically, to do a finisher in this game, unlike something like WWF Attitude, you don't need to do some crazy crap like up, triangle, square, down, down, left, triangle, L2, Boris Johnson, or something. Nope, all you need to do is build up your momentum bar, press L1 when your opponent is groggy or on the ground, and then you'll do your finisher. This is a simple system that is very effective. Obviously, you play these matches in a ring, which you can exit. However, you can't go up the ramp, only around the ring area. However, you can go up there in a false count anywhere match. The game also has a good targeting system. You guy targets a certain superstar, which you can change with R2. This is a good feature. The eyes for this game are good, however sometimes it can be hard to cooperate with them.
2, 3, 3 count fall.
The loading loading screens for this game are boring. It just says now loading in the bottom right corner, but they're pretty fast, which is great, so it really doesn't matter. As for the matches, we have the tag match. Not the biggest fan of tag matches, to be honest, but this one isn't that bad. It acts as a basic tag match, with simple controls of course. One thing about this match is that whenever you're pinning somebody, or if somebody is pinning you, your partner and opponent's partner will run in and try to break up the count. However, most of the time, your partner will fail to break up the count or stop the opponent from doing it. Why? Because he's an idiot, that's why. Handicap match. Now, one thing that really bugs me about the handicap match is that if you are playing a 1-on-3 handicap match, you have to be the one. You can't be on the team of 3. What the hell? You can be on the heavier side for 1-on-2, so why not 1-on-3? That's just stupid. But besides that, the handicap match is what you think it'll be like. Fun when you're on the heavy side. Annoying when you're on the handicap side. Royal Rumble. This match is very fun to play. Sometimes I play this game just for the Royal Rumble. You start off with 4 guys in the ring at first, instead of 2, then when one's eliminated, another one comes in. Eliminating someone is simple. When they're hanging on the ropes, hit them and they'll fall out the ring. However, this match might be fun, but sometimes it can be very frustrating. It seems sometimes doing something that simple is so hard to accomplish, but if it's eliminating me, it's a piece of pie cake. King of the Ring. Do I need to say anything? Cool mode to have in. You can fill in the blanks with as much profanity as you wish. Hardcore match. Anywhere fall match. These matches are pretty much the same, with hardcore matches having you start out with weapons. In these matches, you can go backstage. Oh, and on the ramp. Yay. But you can go backstage. This is one of the big hypes for Smackdown back in 1999 and 2000. Not many games allowed this. It was done in WCW Mayhem, but even that was just one room. To go somewhere, you need to Irish whip your opponent to that area, then you'll be transported there by the powers of the Undertaker. This could have been done better, but it's good enough for me. It is so fun being able to go backstage. These matches are great to play. The I Quit match is the same, although to win you need to pin with a microphone in your hand. Yeah, that's the difference. Cage match. The cage match really is not one of my favorite matches. This is an instance where the game is so fast it's slow. It's almost impossible to get up the cage before the opponent barrel rolls up and kicks you down. Sometimes your opponent just will not go down, and as a result, you lose. This match really needs some work. Survival matches. Do I need to say anything? Battle Royal. The Battle Royal match is pretty much a fatal 4-way elimination match, but you probably already knew that. It's a pretty good match, however sometimes I interrupt the pins, even though it's an elimination match. It's quite annoying. Special referee. Just like the Falls Count Anywhere match, this was a big selling point for this game. It's such a fun match. It's so fun to screw someone. It's fun to attack someone. It's such a great match. Well, that's it for the matches. Now for the other modes. WWF Smackdown also has a create a pay-per-view mode. Not much to really say about this other than it's a great feature to have in the game. You can name the pay-per-view, set 6 matches, and there is no restrictions for the matches. Every match type is there. You can still put titles on the line and everyone in the roster is available. To be honest, I can't find any problems in this. It's awesome. There is also rankings. When you do a pay-per-view, it gets rated and the matches get rated, which is a really cool feature. Now let's get into the season mode. Season mode is the main campaign-like mode in the game. Basically, you pick one guy to play as and it works as a pre-made created pay-per-view. There are 12 shows in a year, one for every month. They also included titles and rankings. Although that does mean that the champions can change by themselves. So yeah, it's possible for Shane McMahon to become WWF champion. But still, it does give it that feeling that it's an actual show. Don't want to play your match? Skip it. You can skip your match or any other match. Besides the Royal Rumble, it's so simple to do. There are also cutscenes in season mode. Pretty much after or before a match sometimes a cutscene will appear. Usually there's someone talking on the mic, talking backstage, or an attack. These cutscenes are a neat addition. It really adds to the effect of an actual WWF show. The only thing I can say is that sometimes they really don't lead to anything. Sometimes there'll be a cutscene with two people talking with it saying, "I wonder what they're talking about," and then nothing will happen. One thing to say about this season mode is that it's really just the same thing throughout every year. Just random matches, occasional cutscenes and a Royal Rumble. Not much else to it. So it can be a little repetitive. There are also some unlockables you can get. Every time you complete 1 year of season mode you can unlock stuff. There is also a pre-season mode. It's pretty much season mode but with a created superstar. Not much different, although there is a bigger story to it, but it's not too much bigger. Before we get to our last topic, create a superstar, let's take a look at the belts and rankings. This game has belts that you can defend in any mode. But there's a catch, you can't just have anybody challenge for the title. No. There are also rankings, and if you want someone to compete for a title, you need to get them in a certain place in the rankings. If you want them to compete for the WWF title, they need to be 1 to 5 in the rankings. If you want them as Intercontinental Champion, 1 to 10. This is a cool feature to have, but it can be quite annoying sometimes. And now for the main event. Create a superstar. Create a superstar in this game is absolutely awful. In this create a superstar mode, you have 3 options: profile, appearance, and personality. As for profile, this is pretty much the profile. There's not much you can really mess up about this. You can edit the name, nickname, gender, even the age. Wow. You can edit the hometown, which you can type in yourself. You can also edit the entrance, but all you can do is select the superstar's hidden Tron and animation. No pre-made Trons and animations of anything, although there are superstar entrances generic enough for anything. It's a minor thing, and this was pretty early for entrances, so it's good for its time. Now for the appearance. This is terrible. Seriously, THQ, Ukes, what the hell is this? All you get are pre-made heads, torsos, and legs. And besides, some of them are just ridiculous. Some others are just from actual superstars in the game. The loading times for them also are horrible. It takes so long to load and can be really annoying. Really, this needs a lot of work. Personality time. Here is where you can choose the moves and set ability points. To be honest, there aren't that many moves to choose from, at least before you unlock more. Although you can change the name of your finisher, which is pretty cool. Overall, this game is pretty darn good. It has a good roster, cool match types, great gameplay, unique and cool entrances, create a pay-per-view, belts, good music, and a good season. However, the create a superstar sucks. There are some minor issues surrounding the gameplay. The unlockables are disappointing. The cage match isn't that great. But it is overall an amazing game. I give this game a 9 out of 10. Thanks for watching this review, and the next will be on WWF Smackdown 2. Know your role.